So knight d6 is the brilliant move. Takes, knight g6, and then there we go. Perfect. Okay guys, so here we are, Title Tuesday. I have never played it this year, but last Tuesday of the year, I don't have to work, so I got in. Let's see how we do with this game. So Sicilian Defense, I'm gonna stick to my setup, trying to get to the King's Indian attack. We're playing a 1935 National Master, so let's see how this goes. Those of you following this, the YouTube lessons, you know more or less where we headed. So let me just go e4, and now we got the King's Indian attack set up. But let's see. Okay, so rook e1, and let's try not to do what Bobby Fischer wouldn't do in this setup. So I like knight c3, I like knight d2 to get to c4. You know what? Let me just go knight c3. So typically we see the knight on d2, but just for this one, let me play it like this. Okay, now bishop f4. Now I like this pin on the bishop, so why not? And now that queen is gonna be attacked over and over and over. So all of my pieces keep putting pressure on, getting active at the expense of that queen. The bishop, now the knight. Now, is there anything I can do? All right, why not? Okay, so can I do knight b5? Can I do, yeah, knight b5 looks like a good move. And now maybe there's a tactic going on with knight c7, knight d6. Okay, so how about knight d6? If the bishop takes, I have discovered check. Knight d6. If the queen takes, what can I do about that? Knight g6, and then we take on e7. And then of course, if knight d6 and the king just moves, we get on b7. Now, is there anything else? How about something like this first? They take knight d6. No. All right, let's try this, guys. If it doesn't work, well, maybe I'm missing something that you can see, but it seems to me like this is winning already. And again, it has to do with my pieces being so active. And we have talked about this. When the pieces are so active, tactics are in the air. So let's see. I think it's winning. Now, I'm pretty sure that if we look at this with the computer is gonna say it's horrible and there's a good defense for black, but it doesn't look like it. So let's see. All right, this is already getting the queen. And yeah, now from this moment on, we have to be better in this position. So let me just come in with a check. Now, it's not like completely winning, but we gotta have a very good position here. And more than anything, not so much because we got their queen, because notice that they got our knight and rook, but mainly because our pieces continue to be active. So let's see. All right, so now I gotta be careful with something like rook e1. They could do rook e8. I like this queen e5. Also, I like bishop g5. All right, let me go with queen e5. Now with queen e5, if I could get to d6, I know that's gonna be pretty uncomfortable. I'm putting more pressure on d5. I could do bishop g5, pinning the knight. So all of that is still in the air. I have to say, it has to be uncomfortable for black to continue this. Yeah, we knew that was gonna happen, so check. Now, bishop h3, or should we take on? You know what? Let's go for this one. There we go. Now, of course, because of this knight, we couldn't go to c7, but that's something that I was considering as well. All right, now we're hitting f7 and a8. Now, if rook c8, I'm assuming that's what they're gonna do because of my bishop. If rook c8, I'm considering taking this pawn on f7, or queen b7, hitting the knight, hitting a7. All of that is in the air. So let's see. And again, the main thing, what I like the most about this position is that their pieces are not attacking us. We're up in material and we're the ones attacking. All right, so let's not rush. I know we could take on c7, but let's see, what if we just go something like queen b7? Well, I guess they will have to go rook c8. You know what? Let's keep it simple. And notice that the rook was not an option because they're connected, but we do get some pawns over here. So let's see. Now guys, like we have talked so many times in our lessons, this is a point where we don't want to be giving them any counterplay. So if the rook gets to e2, we have to find a way to deal with it. We cannot just let them, all right. Should I be greedy and keep taking pawns? I think so. Well, let me get away from the attack with a check. Why not? Now the only thing I'm missing is, that's exactly what I needed. So my rook wanted to come into the game, and all right, let me just take here, and okay, c3. Let's see if I can put pressure on the pinned rook. So it's not pinned anymore, but now we got our pass pawn right there. Okay, check. So now that's a protected pass pawn. I don't think we're gonna make it that far into the game, but ooh, I almost blundered my queen. almost. All right, so this pin has to be uncomfortable. Very limited now. H3. Let's see if we could do a G4 after. Now knight b6, putting pressure on the pawn is not gonna work. All right, so let's not go like crazy. Okay. Alright, so our opponent resigned, so a good game definitely. So up to this point, definitely these moves are good for us. But here, knight b5, I don't think it was that good. I don't think it's a big deal, so this is just me trying to complicate the game, but probably if they had just castled, they might have been okay. Now, knight d6, I would like to see if I, let me see if I could, how do I, okay, is this analysis? Okay, so let me take a look at the analysis quickly to see, I'm just curious about that knight d6. It looks to me like something Bobby Fischer would do, but I wouldn't be surprised. Okay, so we have a brilliant move. Let's take a look at analysis. It was more or less here, knight e5, knight b5, you see. Knight b5, definitely not a good idea. Now, this is the blunder. If they had castled, they would be okay. So, knight d6 is the brilliant move. Takes, knight g6, and then there we go. Perfect.